Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, I would like to look at 5 different ETFs that are Sharia compliant that I've recently found out. Before I do that, I would like you to like the video if you can, please. It only takes 3 seconds. And subscribe to the channel. A lot of you that are watching the videos are not subscribed to the channel yet, so it will be really helpful to help the community. Okay, and let me know if you have any questions. So there are 5 ETFs that I have recently found out, and what I want to do today is I want to go over the basics. I want to show you the expense ratio where you can buy these ETFs, and they just give you the kind of little bit of overview. Then obviously you're going to have to do your own research and so on. One thing I've really noticed in this channel and over the last few weeks, especially the last few months, is that a lot of you are really interested more about ETFs than actually looking at individual stocks. Individual stocks are very difficult, and I've always said to you guys, in the long run I probably will transition from buying individual stocks to ETFs because they are more or less passive. You don't have to do much. You buy it every week or every month or whatever you want, okay, and you just hold. Someone else does all the work for you and you just pay them expense ratios. So that is the most important part, the expense ratio. We need to know how much we actually paying for someone else to look after these ETFs. So, it's a easy way of investing, and I do own one ETF in my portfolio here. There we go, and it has done all right. It's about 6 and something% up. Basically, in a year where everything else was down, it was up little bit, and that is basically the world one. Even if the US one, I think, even done better. Although the iShares ones, they are both very similar. The iShares World and iShares US have the top 10 stocks are basically more or less the same. So what I want to do today is I want to share with you 5 different HSBC ETFs that were launched just this year, and some of them were just basically around just last year. One has been around for a while. The rest of 4 of them are actually very new, 2022 to 2023. So let's get started. Apologies because some of these ETFs do not have enough information here. As you can imagine, one of them was actually launched just weeks ago, so there's not enough information yet out there. But as time goes by, hopefully we can get more information on these ETFs, inshallah. Right, let's start with the first one. So what are we doing? We're looking at the name of the ETFs, the ongoing charges that we have to work out. Basically, we have to pay for the maximum management fee. So how much we need to pay for this management. Sometimes they do have it, sometimes they don't. So some of them will have just a normal expense ratio and there's no management fees, or the management fees is the expense ratio and there's no ongoing charges and so on. The maximum initial fee, majority of them will not have it. It's only one, I think, that has it. If there is any dividends, okay, we'll also check that. Inception, so when it started, basic asset under management. If there's basically it's been around for a while, we will check the 5 years annual return. We'll look at the number of holdings in each. Okay, is it available in ISA? Is it available in SIP? And then is it registered locations, for example, US, UK, and so on. So the first one is HSBC MSCI Europe Islamic, and this one has expense ratio of 0.300%. It has a maximum management fee of 0.3, and then in terms of maximum initial fee, it doesn't have any. There's no dividends right now, so they reinvested that dividend. So if they receive dividend, they basically accumulate it, so they put it back into the ETF, okay? And after they get paid, they basically started December of 2022, so it's only been around just about a month, okay? They already have about just over 9.7 million of euros, okay, under asset management, and there's no obviously 5 years annual return. They have 119 different stocks in there. You can buy it in ISA account. You can even buy it in Trading 212, and I will show you in a second. You can buy it also in a SIP, and it's based in the UK. So that is that first one. I'm now going to show you the top holdings. So there's a 19 holdings like we said before, and you can see it's actually quite diversified. So healthcare is 22%, 17% for industrials, energy is about 16%, basic materials about 14.5%, consumer discretionary 12.9%, technology only 7%, which is quite surprising, right? Utilities 3.5%, consumer stables 3.2%, telecommunication 1.4%, cash, and then just the rest of them. Real estate just zero, almost zero, and financials there's not that many, because it is very difficult to find Sharia compliant companies in this. So that's probably why they are very low in this. Now let me show you in terms of, so France is the biggest. So remember, this is Europe, right? So France 22%, Switzerland, Germany, and then other locations. United States, for whatever reason, has got 9%, although it says Europe. I guess some of these companies, they're based in Europe. Some of them are United States based as well. So it's quite difficult to distinguish, I guess. I don't know. United Kingdom, and then Netherlands is Sweden, Finland, South Africa. South Africa? Wait, am I looking at the Europe? That's interesting. Yeah, again, maybe it's difficult to get rid of this. So South Africa and Australia, and then there's a little bit of a cash. But as you can see, majority of the companies are from these basically top 3, top 5, if you like. Okay, and these companies include Novitas, include Shell, SAP, SE. So recently reported, I think it is a software company, I think based in Germany, reported, and it went down quite a bit. L'Oreal again, so Total Energies, Schneider Electric, JSK's was there. So Navis again, to another company that is based in France, I think. They're a healthcare company. PP in the UK, I'm not sure with what that is. That's probably a French company or whatever it is, right? So as you can see, the weightings are not bad. 5%, 4%, 4.5%, about 5%, all the way to 2%. So I like how the weightings is actually quite equal, if you like. It's not that bad at all. And just I downloaded the whole spreadsheet, and as you can see here, there's other companies, and ABB, I've heard of them. Just looking at even Merck, but that's a different branch of Merck. German, Nokia is in there. So you got loads of Nestle's in there. I wish they had more of these companies that we know on the top. But there you go. There is loads. Even Croda International is in there. Okay, that's a UK-based company. Okay, so there is Sages in there as well. So there's a lot of UK-based companies, as well as obviously and the rest of yours. Halma is in there, Kingfisher is there. Okay, perfect. So there's quite a lot of different companies in there. Seems very well diversified ETF. So that is the first one. Okay, let's have a look at the second one. Now this is the global version. So Islamic Global Equity. This has been around for a while, since 2000 and basically 2000 basically. So it's been around, and I think I've talked about this before, and one of the reasons I didn't like it was because of the expense ratio. It's almost 1% you're paying for that, and then there's obviously maximum management fee, and as well as a maximum initial fee that goes with it. There is no dividends. Okay, they're accumulating and basically paying you nothing, just basically reinvesting that dividend. It's been around for a while, like I said. Almost $1 billion. Again, 8% return, 8.33% in the last 5 years. If you think about it, that's not a lot. Okay, number of holdings 99, so it's quite small actually. It's not that bad. You can buy it in ISA, but you can't buy it in a SIP, and then it's based in the UK. Okay, so this one here. So is this one here, the global. So if you click portfolio, scroll down, you'll see the breakdown as well. Technology is the biggest, healthcare, consumer discretionary, and so on. And then when you look at the United States, is actually the biggest one. Then it's Switzerland, and then so on. And then top holdings: Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Johnson & Johnson, the big boys basically. This is basically the S&P 500. It tracks the spider ETF, more or less, to be honest, because these are the top biggest company. And if you look at this, basically 7.5, that's quite a lot actually. But there is another ETF that actually has a higher allocation in terms of individual stocks. Apologies, by the way, my voice is all over the place because I'm still a little bit struggling with this cold that I've had for a while. So that's that second one. The third one that we're looking at is the US based. So you can see now where we're heading. So you've got Europe, you've got global, Okay, and then you've got the US version. US version is actually 0.3 in terms of 0.3 in terms of maximum fee. There's no maximum initial fees. There's no dividends, and actually starting November of last year, $12 million in asset management. So obviously there's nothing here in terms of growth side of things, the return side of things. 108 stocks in there. You can buy in ISA, you can buy in SIP as well, and is in the based in the UK. And if we look at this one here, okay, if you click holdings, you can also see there's 108 there, and majority of them are from the US. And then you can see the top holdings, 20% is Microsoft, then J&J, then Merck, then Cisco, Danaher Corporation is Procter & Gamble, Pfizer, Tesla, Adobe, and Salesforce. All of them are amazing companies that some of them I do own in my portfolio, but 20% of that is just Microsoft. Maybe because it's cheap, they've been buying it a lot lately. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they rebalanced and realized this company is great and let's buy more of it now, and then when they do next rebalance, they sell a bit more and buy other companies. Maybe that's the reason. Well, let's see what happens in the next quarter. And that's that one. So the next one that we were looking at, so the next two is actually a little bit difficult to, because there's not enough information, because although this was released at 30th of November, I couldn't find anything related to the dividends. I'm assuming they're still not paying any dividends. And asset under management, I could not find that either. So the only website that has information about it is their actual website. And as you can see, this is their website. So the one that we're after is World Islamic. There is no portfolio here, okay, and it doesn't give us much information in terms of document. There's stuff in there, but then again, it doesn't show us the stocks. But we can find, one thing that we can find is the number of holdings in these ETFs, okay, and as you can see, this is it. So then on the actual website they don't have it, but they have it here. And as you can see, you've got Microsoft 12%, okay, J&J, Merck, Shell, Novartis, Cisco, Tesla, again more basically similar to the US version, very similar to the global one. But yeah, so you could see again 12%, 12.7 Microsoft. A lot of these company basically ETFs have a huge on, basically they're betting on basically a lot on Microsoft if you think about it. But there are some great companies here. So you've got companies like Medtronic, you've got AMD, you've got Monolith. You've got so many different companies like Rio Tintos and Prologis and so on, companies in there, product and chemicals. So a lot of these companies are obviously, although there is world, is actually a lot of them are US based. In fact, I want to go back and see. In fact, yeah, that's one of the things that I couldn't find in terms of breakdown of the actual holdings that this ETF has. And the final one I want to talk about is the emerging markets. Again, another one that doesn't have a lot of information right now. Okay, but you can see the expense ratio and you can see the maximum management fee, but there's no maximum initial fee there. And dividends, I couldn't find it either. I couldn't find this as well, but it has started 13th of January. So this is very, very new if you think about a number of holdings and things like that. There's no way I can find that right now. So the top three are good. This is just kind of bringing it to your attention. Hopefully, if you're looking for that ETF that is based in the UK, okay, that you could potentially add to your portfolio and buy and forget, hopefully in the next couple of months and next couple of years. And you know, one of the things one of the reasons when I saw this I was so excited is the fact that now we've got iShares, we've got this one, we've got a few other companies. So it's nicer to have those ETFs coming onto the market. Hopefully in 5 years down the line, we will have plenty of these companies out there like the Halal and so on, that we then will be spoiled for a choice and we can pick whatever we want. And as halal investors and Sharia compliant investment side of things, it will be absolutely amazing to have these ETFs. That's one of the reasons I'm really excited. So I'm not saying go away and buy this right now, but just keep doing your research. Inshallah, keep an eye on these ETFs, okay? And I want to show you very quickly where you can get. So I've actually added them all to a watch list. This is basically my account I'm using here, Trading 212. If you're interested, by the way, and you want to basically get a free share on Trading 212, click the link on the description and you will find there. Right, so let me start from the bottom here. I've got the world version here, so that's about £15 in the UK. They also have a US version, so there's no difference, but it's just the one is actually trading in pounds, the other one is trading in dollars. Right, so the next one is the US version, so you can see about £18 right here there. Okay, and there's not a lot of information, but you can see where since they started. Okay, it's been up and down just like the rest of the market. And then you've got the European version. Okay, as you can see, it started not long ago, and yeah, it's kind of gone up since then. And then you've got the other version, which is the dollar version. So you've got dollar, pounds, okay, again pounds, and these two. This is actually, there's only one of the US versions. Okay, and these two, the emerging markets one is not here yet, so I've looked at that. It's not available because it's only started, I think, that 13th of January 2023. That's probably why it's still not there. So it's exciting times for us as Muslim investors, and inshallah going forward we will have more options. So what I'm saying right now is not to give you financial advice and tell you to go away and buy these ETFs. Okay, they are all available. Also halal is available. I don't know if you're aware of that, because some of you might be new to the channel and so on. Halal is also available if you're interested to buy these ETFs. So Wahid Halal there. You can also buy through their platform. One of the brothers, I think he's new to the channel, he asked me recently a question regarding whether to buy this and that. So I'm gonna answer, brother, I'm gonna answer your question soon, inshallah, whether he was asking loads of different questions about ETFs and so on. But yeah, what I would like you guys to do is just to start doing your research, inshallah, moving forward. Inshallah, we've got a lot more options. The fact that we've got 3 ETFs from iShares, we've got now the HSBC ones. Top of that, we got halal, we got SPUS and so on, SPRP and RE or whatever. All of these ETFs, inshallah, that are in the markets that can help us in the long run as Muslim investors. If you hear, it takes a lot of time to put this research together, especially when you have a full day of work and all of that stuff. And so last couple of days I've been just doing a little bit of research here and there wherever I could, just to kind of prepare this for us. But alhamdulillah, now I've done it. What I would like you guys to do is just give the videos a like, subscribe to the channel, let me know if you have any questions, and I will be doing a whole portfolio update the next couple of days, so pay attention to that, inshallah. And yeah, watch out. Assalamu Alaikum.